Hey everybody, Dan here with Do It In Outdoors. I got a quick video for you, and I'm just going to show you how I make chip beef gravy, but with venison. When I was in the military, we called this shit on the shingles, or SOS. Yeah, I'll just show you how I went from a ball roast off of whitetail deer to this final product, so stay tuned. All right, before we dive into this video, just want to ask you, please hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it, and it really helps us out and keeps us making these videos. So if you find this video helpful, also smash that like button. But just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing here today, I'm taking 2 ball roasts off of whitetail deer that I shot this last weekend, put it on my pit ball smoker, ran the internal temperature up to 160, pulled them off the smoker, let them rest for 30 minutes, put them in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Just helps the meat slide through the slicer a little bit easier. I didn't use any cures or anything like that. I just used seasonings from Grill Your Ass Off. I have no partnership, no sponsorship with them. Just absolutely love their products. I've been a customer of theirs probably over 3 years now. So for the 1 ball roast, I used their Platoon Sergeant seasoning. It's a salt, pepper, and garlic mix. And for the other ball roast, I used their Cannibal Spice. It's just an all-purpose spice. They're out of Houston, Texas, veteran-owned company. So go check them out if you've never heard about them. But yeah, put them on the smoker. I think I had the smoker set around 225. Pulled them off when they hit internal temp of 160. And I'm going to show you how I run them through the slicer, and then we'll head over to the stove. And now I'm shaving them real thin, about as thin as my slicer will go. I did this before, and I used the shredded, or not shredded, but the thinly sliced venison just for like roast beef sandwiches. You could do French onion dip with this. You could throw it on a frying pan with some Velveeta cheese, some pepper and onions, make like a Philly cheesesteak. But what I'm trying here is going to be making chip beef gravy with the venison. I really struggle finding grocery stores here in Connecticut that sell the dry beef for chip beef gravy. But it's really just a flour milk mixture to make the gravy with whatever beef or venison product you want. So step 1, harvest the deer. Step 2, smoke it, internal temp 160. Step 3, slice it thin, and then I'll move over to the stove and show you how I make the chip beef gravy. Finished shaving both of these ball roasts. I'm gonna throw them on a scale real quick just to see kind of maybe an average between the two of how much meat you're gonna get. So 14.3 ounces on the 1 ball roast. 0. 12.3 ounces on that one. All right, so just as a reminder, this was a yearling doe, so this is about the bare minimum amount of meat that you'll get from a ball roast off of a whitetail deer. Mature doe, mature buck, the ball roast is gonna be larger. So let's move over to the stove, and I'll show you how I prep the chip beef, or we'll call it chip venison gravy. All right, so before I brown the butter, I'm going to take the sliced venison, and I even do this when I'm making it with dried beef. The pieces come, the dried beef packages come like, each piece of meat's about that big, and I like to just kind of cut them into some more manageable sizes. So I'll just run through here, cut these up a little bit, and then we'll go to the skillet or frying pan, and I'll start melting some butter. So for about this amount of meat, I'll use 4 tablespoons of butter and brown this, and then it's the flour, then the milk. All right, so now that that meat's, lightly browned, I'm gonna reduce the heat back to like a low simmer. And I'll start off with 2 tablespoons of flour. Just gonna sprinkle it in there, mix it around, add 2 more tablespoons for a total of 4 tablespoons of flour. I noticed instead of just dumping all 4 tablespoons in there, it seems to mix a little bit easier when you do 2 tablespoons at a time. And then I'll take 2.5 cups of milk. Now, we only have 1% milk in the house. If I was doing this the right way, I probably should be using whole milk. But it still worked with 1%, so a little bit healthier, I guess. So I'm gonna throw the flour in there, slowly mix it up, and then slowly add and then slowly add the milk to that flour mixture to make the gravy. Add the flour first, then the milk. Only use enough milk to get to the consistency level that you're looking for. If you add too much milk, you can always go back and add flour. All right, so as I'm waiting for this to thicken up, I just wanted to remind you, this is a small ball roast off of a whitetail deer. This is half of 1 ball roast. This would feed about 2 people, maybe 3. Add it on Hashbrowns or over top of toast. So if you were trying to feed more, so like 4 people, you say, on a hunting trip or something, 1 full ball roast should do the trick. This even works for the next day. So if you want to, pre-cook this, throw it into some Tupperware, and then when you head out on a hunting trip, you just got to figure out a way to warm it up, and it tastes just as good. All right, so I'm getting that consistency that I'm looking for. This is really up to how you like your gravy. If you like it thinner, you just would have taken it off the stove earlier or added more milk. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the heat on this, throw some toast in the toaster, and show you the final product. All right, so hopefully you found that video helpful. Like I said earlier, please hit that like and that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Find us over on Instagram or Facebook at Do It In Outdoors, and thanks for watching.